certainly not ideal to start the game 1 for 14 or shoot 7% or whatever we did to start the game and kind of dig ourselves a hole. And unfortunately, we kind of felt like we kept waiting to hit shots to get some momentum and get inspired. And there's going to be nights where shots don't go down for you. You've got to find a way to kind of dig in and defensively get done what we need to. But I think probably my biggest disappointment was just I didn't feel like we played with the physicality we needed to, and that really showed early in the game and really throughout the game. I thought we gave up a lot of ill-advised rebounds. We were able to get them to miss some shots, but we just couldn't rebound. We just didn't do a good enough job on the boards. I think they had 16 boards at halftime. They had 16 points in the paint at halftime, and if you had 16 points in the paint plus the 8 free throws they got, that's pretty much their scoring in the first half. So I just feel like in general we didn't really have the physicality we needed to, and then kind of kept waiting for us to hit a shot to get inspired, which eventually we finally did, but put ourselves in a position late in the game. But then they came down and continued to make some plays and really kind of put it out of reach. So.
I think a lot of the shots were good shots early on. It seemed like there were even a lot of missed layups.
Yeah, I mean, I thought we got good shots. I think we got shots that we typically get. I mean, I didn't think we did a great job passing the ball. We've got to get our assists to go up and our turnovers to go down. I thought sometimes when somebody was open, we either got it to them too late, or we had some crummy passes. Where somebody's wide open 3-point line and we're throwing it to them at their toes. Just some of those things that we just didn't really kind of seem to get that rhythm. And I don't know. I'll have to go back and watch the film, but we've got to clean up our turnovers. We've had some bad turnovers that we need to do a better job controlling that, which would certainly help. And then we just missed some shots.
Coach, go with rebounding, right? Getting out physical. Obviously, Laney didn't play a lot of the first half. She got quick fouls and we had a corner. Did that play a part in them finding more of a rhythm and you guys having a tougher opposition?
Yeah, I don't know. I've got a lot of confidence whether it's Laney or Maisha. Certainly Laney got foul trouble a little bit early. Honestly, thought about putting her back in. I don't know. I think if you look at the percentages, the number of kids that actually foul out at the end of the game is pretty slim. So, I didn't necessarily just sit her because she had 2 fouls, but she didn't practice yesterday. She hasn't felt good. I think it was probably more of just trying to maybe conserve a little bit of energy, and I thought Maisha was doing fine out there, and see if we could get some energy for the second half and try to make a run with her then. But you gotta find ways. We had certainly just never got in a flow offensively, but it can affect us on the defensive end of the floor, and I thought it did.
Halftime, you're still within striking distance, but the start of the third quarter seemed like that was really a key point of the game when they had a 7-0 run.
Yeah, no question. I mean, when we went at halftime, I told the team as poorly as we felt like we had played, we were right there. It was not. We had climbed a little bit out of our hole. If we could go out in the third quarter and get off to a good start and really kind of set the tone and change the momentum of the game, we were there. I've seen us overcome bigger deficits than that in a hurry. So, but yeah, how we came out and started the game wasn't good, and how we started the third quarter wasn't good. But I guess you have to give them credit.
Coach, we know there's no moral victories in the win-or-loss column, but do you at least kind of look at this one and go, all right, for the next 8-10 games, you're not going to shoot this bad. Like, this is just an outlier game?
I don't really look at it like that because, I think, the season's long and you're going to be challenged with a lot of just traveling, the rigors of traveling, just a long season that you're going to have some nights where you just don't shoot the ball well, and we still have to be able to find a way to win. And that's a sign of a really good team. A sign of a really good team is a team that will still find a way to win despite maybe shots not going in. And one of those things that would help us is getting our turnovers down. We've got too many turnovers that are leading to transition buckets or easy buckets for them. But this is how the Tulsa game felt, to be honest. And so that's not a not too distant memory. And that's one of the things that I just said to the team afterwards, that how we started this game is kind of how the Tulsa game went. Couldn't get a shot to go down, we dig ourselves a hole. But we've got to take the experience from Tulsa, and it's gotta help us with this game, and I felt like it didn't, you know, for whatever reason, and so, you know, we've gotta figure it out. We're gonna have another, hopefully not many, but we're gonna have some other nights where shots don't go down. Like, still have to put yourself in a position where if you keep playing possession by possession and approach it the right way and play with the physicality and play with the toughness, eventually we're a good enough offensive team, our shots are gonna go down. And they did tonight. You know, I mean, we put ourselves in a position, start hitting a couple threes, hit some shots, get to the free throw line. Those aren't the issues, it's all the other possessions that I feel like we wasted some time.
Or do you look at someone like Cayman or one or Laney now and say, hey, guys, I need you guys to help rally them or anything like that, or is it just, hey, just go ahead and execute?
I think it's a little bit of everything. I mean, certainly, we've gotta have some great leadership, you know, that's what you have to do in a leadership role. You have to figure it out individually, and then you have to figure it out collectively, but no, I certainly expect them to lead the way for us, and this has to be a learning lesson for us, and something that, as much as it stinks right now and stings, that hopefully, you know, we can learn some lessons from this stretch. We can learn a lot from the other night, we can learn a lot from tonight, and it's gotta ultimately, in the end, help put us in a better position where, we wanna be by the end of the year.
Coach. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Coach.
Yep.
What do you think, Coach?
Thank you. You guys will stick around just a minute.